Welcome back to another video. It is Thursday. I am now going into my shortest session of the week. I do this session fully at home, so I don't have to go to the gym after to do my accessories or anything. I can do everything here. It is my lightest bench day of the week. I've just got some, I'm assuming, ascending tempo doubles. I haven't actually looked at today's plan, but I'm pretty sure that's what I've been doing the last couple of weeks. So some tempo bench, and then I've got just some upper accessories after. So not feeling shock, as I've said this literally every video lately, 100%. I've got a little bit of a headache. Not as bad as they have been. I haven't had one at all so far this week, apart from, to be fair, Tuesday, I was very stressed. I had a bit of a headache from that, but that was a stress-induced headache, whereas today, I think it's more of like a tiredness thing. But it's okay. I also have not spent much time outside today. So once I finish training, I'm probably going to just sit in the garden for a little while. Got to walk Zuko tonight, and I need to do a food shop as well, but I want to get some time outside in the fresh air, because that is definitely what I am missing today. Had a very eventful start to the day. I had to leave the house at like 7:20 this morning. So I was up just before 6:30, got in the shower. Literally, as I got out of the shower, I got a text from my boyfriend who was walking Zuko, because he walks him on the days I have to leave early. And Zuko had rolled in shit. And I was like, I texted him back instantly, how bad is it? Is it baby wipeable, or does he need an actual like bath shower? And he was like, oh no, it's bad. So they rushed back so that I had time to help my boyfriend, because we could not wash him on our own. So we like bathed him together, had to have another shower, because obviously I want to be clean after bathing my shit-covered dog. And to be honest, even when we just bath him normally, so much fur comes off of him. Like, as soon as we've got him as dry as we can, I then want to have another wash and just feel clean. So had 2 showers, didn't then have time for breakfast. So went out starving. Did have some Greggs today, but I will be honest, I'm still sticking to my macros. I've got a little bit over on my fat today, but actual calories are still bang on, so I've made it work. But I literally just had to have what was available, and that was kind of the only thing I could get. I didn't have to buy myself, so did that. And then I had a lovely burrito bowl from Tortilla for like a late lunch at like 2:30, 3, which, to be honest, I'm probably not going to want any more food now for the rest of the day, because it's my lighter bench day. I'm not too stressed about like optimal fueling. That was a high carb lunch anyway, and like I feel fine, so I'm going to get this session done, and I'm probably just going to have, I think I've tried a shake. I don't think I've got anything else to have, and then go to Tesco's, do a nice big food shop, because I've got some meal prep ideas that I want to do. I found some more recipes and stuff online that I'm going to tweak a little bit. I might actually start including them in these videos. Zuko is jumping up the garage door because he wants to come in, but I'm not letting him in, because since we bathed him this morning, his fur is just coming out like crazy. I have brushed him now that he's dry. It's still just coming out like mad, so currently just, yeah, not letting him in many places. But yeah, so kind of want to include some more recipes and stuff in these videos, because I think that's probably not a bad idea to show you guys kind of more of what I eat, especially at the moment, because I'm in a bit of a rut with food around what I actually want to cook and eat and enjoy, because I've been living on like the same meals for ages now. Like, I'm such a creature of habit, and then I get to the point where I'm bored of like everything all at once, and then I go through a rut of not really wanting to prep stuff. So I've trying to find some enjoyable different meals, especially now that I am actually cutting again. I want to make sure that I'm enjoying what I eat and not just kind of eating to hit my macros and nothing else. So yeah, gonna kind of be looking forward to doing a food shop, I think, because I'm looking forward to just buying a few different things, trying a few different things. If I have time tonight, I will prep something up tonight. If not, it'll probably be tomorrow night. But yeah, it's been a good work day, been a busy work day. What other updates have I got? With my cut, my body weight is back in the 87s. So after the weekend, I shot up like 89. But that was obviously just a bit of retention, like nothing to stress over. And then I had 2 days in a row where I was low 88s. And then this morning I was 87.5. And yesterday, let me tell you, I was ravenous. Like, I was so hungry yesterday. I had eaten most of my calories by 12 o'clock, so midday. Which wasn't ideal, but it's fine. I didn't go over, I still stuck to them. And then this morning, yeah, I had a new low weigh-in this morning of 87.5. I say new low weigh-in of this like cut that's like 4 days in, but I'm glad to be back in the 87s. I kind of told myself by the end of this first week, I would like to be settling back into the mid 87s. So the fact that I'm already there is good. Wouldn't be surprised if there's a little bit of an increase tomorrow, just from the fact that I had Greggs. But my carbs are actually like perfect today. So I've actually gone under on my protein, which obviously isn't optimal, but it's one day. I've got a little bit under on my protein, but calories, like I said, are where they need to be. So I wouldn't be surprised there's a little bit of bloat weight tomorrow, and because I had tortilla for lunch, which, although I do track it from the website, obviously depending on the server and how generous they're being, those macros aren't 100% accurate, and it's a very high carb meal. So quite often I will have a little bit of a fluctuation up the day after I have that, but it's all good. Glad to be in the 87s again, and I think by the end of the week, hopefully, might even see low 87s. I feel like I am in quite a big deficit, to be honest. We've only dropped about, I think, 300 calories roughly, just under, like 250 to 300 calories. But my body is very receptive to food, which sounds dumb, but essentially like a deficit maintenance surplus for me, there's not actually that much in it. Like my metabolism, considering I'm like an 84 kilo powerlifter, I'm pretty active in general. Metabolism is not great. Like it's not that great. Like cutting calories at the moment, I think we're around 2,200. That's an average based on like training days and rest days are slightly different. When I was in my maintenance, which actually ended up being a slight surplus, I think we were about 2,500 as an average. So there's not much in it there. But yeah, the goal I think is going to be sit around 86 as long as I can get there pretty comfortably, which I have no doubt I will be able to. And then just a cute cut from there, I think, is the plan. British is an important comp for me, so I don't mind doing more of an aggressive cut. But yeah, we'll see. Don't think there's any other updates. I want to kind of just get this session underway, hoping my headache doesn't get any worse. We will see. So he goes back jumping up the door. I don't know if you'll be able to see him. I don't know how much you can see of him. He's just like breaking in. But yeah, I've locked him out. Like I say, I don't want dog hair all in the gym. The gym also needs a clean. I've been quite stressy. I'm always stressy. I'm really trying to get better at this though. Like I never used to be someone that got stressed a lot, but lately, so bad for it. But one thing I'm really trying to get on top of at the moment is house stuff. One thing I really am desperate to do is also clean this gym. Some of the warm-up drills that it's got me doing, I have to lay on the floor for. And I literally said to him the first week I did them, I was like, yeah, if anything else, like if nothing else, you have convinced me to clean the gym floor more, because it is disgusting in here, but because it's only really me that comes in here, I don't really think about it. I also want to get some shelving units and stuff for in here. Need to get finally organise my office and stuff as well, and get proper furniture in there that I actually want in there. Got some stuff to put up on the walls. I'm ready to get things done now, or what we can done, and just organised house means organised brain. I think that's not a saying, but yeah. Anyway. Gonna stop talking and let's get this session underway. Let it go. 얼어붙어 like whoa. 띵하고 어지러워. I see. 한여름에도 넌 겨울. Okay, so that is the second week in a row that even though I don't feel amazing, this bench show's actually felt decent. So I ended up working up to 97.5 for my top double. I think I matched last week's loads. And to be honest, everything felt really comfortable, really easy. The goal was an RP7 for that final tempo double, but it was probably more like a 6. It's very hard to count a 3-count tempo on the descent as well. So it's 3, 1, 0. So 3 second down, 1 second pause, which is normal push, like press up again. And yeah, 3 on a tempo descent just feels too quick to be tempo. But I'm pretty happy with them. No complaints, everything felt really comfortable, really easy. I have a feeling Lewis did cap this session, but I can't remember what he said, so I just didn't go any heavier than last week, just in case. Okay, so it's Saturday. It is 10 to 3. It's been a bit of a weird one today. I'm kind of stressing about time today, but nothing's... let me explain. So, Saturday, SBD. My session today shouldn't take too long because it's the final week of my block with Lewis, my first block with him. But it's a 3-week kind of wash-out block just to kind of strip back some fatigue, mentally give me a little bit of a break, and then we're going to build into British over the next 3 blocks. So nothing today is crazy heavy. Squats relatively heavy, but then nothing that kind of makes me nervous or anything. Like I know I can do them. Bench is capped at 110, so that's nothing too heavy. And then deadlifts, can't remember what the cap is, but it's sumo. It's a relatively light cap. So yeah, nothing too heavy today. So just training-wise, nothing too stressful. Shouldn't take me more than a couple of hours at most, depending on how quickly I kind of go. I am going to probably try and go somewhat quickly today. So this morning I had quite a lot of work to get through because last night I had to log off early because I went and met a friend. So finished a little bit earlier yesterday. So this morning we're kind of just catching up on replies, getting all of that done. Had to do a food job that I meant to do on Thursday. I think I originally was going to do it on Wednesday. And I literally been putting it off until today. So I had to do that today because we were literally out of food. And then I've got a podcast booked in, but I don't know what time the podcast is, which is why I'm a little bit stressed, because I don't have a set plan, which is kind of my own fault for not picking a time. But I'm really excited about the guest I've got on today. So I've got Joseph McDonald on, who is like a 120 junior, just won Junior Worlds, put up an amazing performance at Open Worlds this year. And yeah, I'm really excited to have him on. And we've kind of just left it quite a relaxed schedule of midday his time, which is kind of evening here. But I don't know exactly what time that's going to be, and I want to try and do it like kind of as early as possible so that I can walk Zuko after, because my boyfriend's not here tonight, and I don't want to walk Zuko in the dark by myself. Well, I will walk him around the roads by myself, but obviously I don't really like walking in the dark by myself. But it's fine, I just won't take him in the woods if it ends up coming to that. But because there's no like set time for when I'm doing things, I'm trying to just get ahead and get things done as as quickly as possible. So I do think I'm going to set myself the goal of getting this session done in about an hour and a half, but I think it will be more closer to 2 hours, but that's not a problem. But yeah, no, things are good. I've got a little bit of a headache again today, but nothing too bad. I've just taken some paracetamol just to try and make sure it doesn't get any worse while I'm training. Food-wise, been decent. The last 2 days I did have a tortilla burrito bowl, so because of that my body weight hasn't really dropped much. I'm still in that like high, I think I was 87.8 or 87.9 the last 2 days. I was 87.5 on Thursday morning, so I'm in the 87s again. But essentially because I had food from like a takeaway kind of place, I obviously couldn't measure everything myself. I use the nutritional values online, but depending on the server you get, depends on how generous they are with the servings and how accurate those measurements are. And I had the same guy 2 days in a row that always just like majorly fills my bowl. So basically portion was definitely bigger than what I tracked for yesterday and Thursday, which I think is why I've kind of sat high 87s, but I wouldn't be surprised if within a couple of days we are back mid to low 87s. Had my check-in with Jane yesterday rather than, I'm also just like playing with my socks, I haven't put them on yet. I had my check-in with Jane yesterday. She's kept my calories the same this week, or my macros the same this week, just because it is quite a big drop from what I was on. I say quite a big drop, it's like a 200-300 calorie drop. And my weight has come down, and we need another week of kind of data before we decide if they need to go any lower. I wouldn't imagine they probably do, but I think I might have one more check-in with her next week, and then that'll be it. So yeah, not really too sure, but I think these macros, to be honest, will probably see me down to about 86, so not too worried about that. Stress levels, I've been trying my best to keep on top of. Not done the best job of it, won't lie. I think I'm going to have to sit down and really rethink structure of like working hours and give myself like a set day off every week and kind of communicate that now. Kind of leaning towards doing that, which, I mean, to be fair, I do generally have a Saturday off. I just haven't today because of last night. I had a podcast yesterday at 3 that took over 2 hours of just chatting. I mean, the episode itself will be less than 2 hours, but because I had a podcast yesterday, I didn't basically have enough time to do what I needed to. Obviously, essential jobs have always been done and ticked off, but yeah, basically just time management, I think, is going to be my biggest thing to help decrease my stress levels. And also I need to, when my new block comes through from Lewis this week, I'm guessing it'll probably come through Monday morning because he's at Western Euros this weekend, I will plan out in my diary, in my calendar, specific training times so that I don't book things in when I'm supposed to be training. But the good thing is as well with the podcast, because that obviously takes up quite a lot of my time when I have episodes booked in. I've got an episode booked in today, I had an episode last night, and I've got an episode booked in tomorrow. So that is 3 episodes, so it means I'll have a couple of weeks of not need to be as on top of getting podcasts booked in, and I can kind of, at least next week I'll probably have off, and I'll get stuff booked in for the following few weeks. I'm definitely giving myself more grace with the podcast now, and I'm not forcing myself to get episodes out every single week. If it ends up being I don't have an episode, oh well, we'll just get another one up the week after kind of thing. But having said that, they seem to just kind of be happening without me really trying. Like every week I've been managing to get a guest on without really kind of thinking too much about it. Like even yesterday I filmed with my friend Charlie, who's also a coach, and we were planning on filming one a few weeks ago, and it just kind of got cancelled just for various reasons. And then he messaged me Wednesday, I think, or like earlier this week, and was like, oh, I'm free Friday if you want to do a podcast. I was like, oh, perfect, let's do it. And then same thing with Sundays. So I saw Jasper, who's been on a previous episode, at the Powering Through competition I was at last weekend, and we just, said like potentially do another podcast together sometime soon, just like more of like a chatty kind of relaxed episode, which I've been really enjoying doing. And he messaged me the other day and was like, oh, I'm free Sunday if you wanted to get one in, and I was like, yes, absolutely. So yeah, basically podcasts are kind of somewhat falling in my lap, which is great, because it makes my job less stressful. But yeah, essentially I'm just kind of giving myself grace with things. And even like these videos, I'm uploading twice a week, but I've had it in my head I had to upload on like a Monday or a Tuesday and then a Thursday, And I've literally got an episode or a video on my laptop ready to go, just haven't uploaded it yet, and it's now Saturday and I want to get that up like Thursday, but we're giving ourselves grace. That was a lot of ramble. Anyway, I'm going to get the session done. I'm going to set a timer and try and get it done. So it's now 57 minutes past 2, so I'm going to try and be done by 4:30, but that might not happen, we'll just see.
Let it go, 얼어붙어 like whoa 띵하고 어지러워 I see 한여름에도 넌 겨울 Yeah, girl you cold blood Yeah, 너와 있을 때 I swear 제가 먼저 zero 폭설한 그 children 꿈에도 I wasn't aware 나만 빼고 넌 모두에게 참 친절해 배신감이 들어 단판이 태도 머릿속을 흔드니 ibuprofen 그만해 it's time to stop 승부욕을 자극하는 style yeah. 알면서도 마음이 자꾸 내게 가 안만 빠져버릴까 If you want me back I'll tell you I'm sorry If you want me back I'll tell you stop trying Yeah, yeah, you got me Let it go 얼어붙어 like whoa 띵하고 어지러워 I see 한여름에도 넌 겨울 Yeah, girl you cold-blooded Yeah, girl you cold-blooded Yeah, yeah, yeah Girl you cold-blooded Girl you cold, girl you cold-blooded I'm like frozen 뭐야 모두 stress은 gotta let it go 했어 소개팅 데이팅 어플 다 깔아 또 보았어 반대가 끌린대 opposites attract Don't know about me and you, yeah we fell into the cracks Yeah 깎고 너네 no cap 왜 난 안 보여 what's happening 객관적일 수가 없이 이미 game white flag and waving fast Yeah I'm leaving back but 말해도 너만 보면 나도 내 맘 I don't know 이건 love a relationship이 헷갈리기만 해 girl I'll tell you I'm sorry If you want me back I'll tell you stop trying
Okay, so just a quick mid-session update. I've still got my bench back-offs to go, which I'm going to start in a second. Bench is not moving well. My 105 last warm-up moved fine, felt fine, no issues. Went to 110. Don't know what happened. Also, probably can hear that in the background. Major thunderstorm right now. So I've had to lock all the doors in the garage. I also just went indoors just to make sure Zuko was okay because my boyfriend's gone out. Literally this dog he wanted to come out and see what was going on. Like he's not remotely bothered by anything, which is obviously a good thing. So yeah, just popped in to see him quickly. Went for a quick mid-training wee. Yeah, not overly happy with bench. Squats also, to be honest, not particularly happy with. Don't know if it's a mental thing. My 160 for 4, every rep just felt super just off. Like it just didn't feel good. I still loaded the 170 because it's prescribed load. I knew I could do 170 and when I watched the 160 back it didn't look as bad as it felt. And the 170 I think felt about the same as the 160 except it felt more controlled. Like it felt just as difficult but the reps all felt more controlled. So that's a good thing I guess. And then back offs I had 2 sets of 6. I had 1 set of 6 at an RP 5 to 6 so I put 150 on the bar. I'd say that moved at 6 at most, and then I had 140 for a set of 6, so 10 kilos less, which was just super comfortable. But yeah, like once I got into them, they were okay. It was just, yeah, I think I'm just mentally really freaked out by squats at the moment. I don't really know why. Need to get out of that, but it's okay because I know for my next, like, because this end of block isn't a heavy end of block, so I didn't need to go anywhere to train. But the next end of blocks before British, I will be going to Powering Through or another gym where I have spotters that I trust, where I can feel more confident in what I'm doing. So that is definitely the plan. And to be honest, it'll only be 2 weeks anyway, because I've got 3 blocks. So it'll literally be end of the next block, end of the block after, and then the end of the block after that will be British. So yeah, anyway, gonna stop talking, gonna carry on getting this done. Definitely not on track to finish within the hour and a half I set myself. But I'm gonna blame that on the fact I had to pop indoors just to check on Zuko and whatever else. But I'm still on track to finish comfortably within like 2 hours, so happy with that. And I'm not, because squats didn't feel amazing, I started to take my time a little bit more because I did go through the warm-ups pretty quickly. So just kind of being a little bit more generous with myself. But yeah, I definitely need to get my fitness up as well because I used to be able to just rush through my sessions, no problem. And I've definitely noticed, I'm like, not in training necessarily, but in like everyday life, I'm getting out of breath a lot more than I should be doing things. So definitely need to sort that out. I think the problem I have is I'm like, oh, well, I'll buy like a cardio machine to have in the garage and I'll just make sure I do that every day or like every other day or like in a routine. then I'm like, well, I've got a dog, like I might as well just go walk Zuko further, and that's kind of what I'm doing. And also finding time to always walk him, like, isn't the easiest thing in the world. Obviously, we always do it, but I'm like, my fitness will get up if I just walk him more, but then actually I'm walking him like an hour and a half every day, and I need to do something. But I think part of it could also be body weight related. Like, I am feeling pretty heavy, like 87, 88 for me is the upper end of where I feel okay. I know generally I feel healthier in the 85 to 86 range, preferably a little bit under 85. So I do think that is something I definitely need to revisit and look into. If I'm not going to add in actual cardio, like I think some HIIT training or something might be a nice idea for me, but equally I need to obviously prioritise British right now, which is what I'm doing. That was a bit of a ramble because I'm kind of putting this off because I'm worried that the rest of my bench is not going to feel great, but I know it will. It'll be fine. Going to just crack on. I've got set 5, and then I think I've got 3x5 at a lighter load after that. So I think I'm going to do 95, which I think is similar to what I did last week. Yeah, at least I'm going to match last week. So I did 95 last week, and then I'll do 3x5 at 85, so I can just get through that pretty quickly. Okay, so just heard back from Jason McDonald about the podcast, so we're actually not going to have it until 7:30 our time, which actually works really well for me. It is currently 4:25, so got through bench decently quickly. I'm just going to get my sumo done, but I'm going to take my time a little bit more, just basically aim to finish by about 5. That'll give me 2.5 hours to walk Zuko, which I'll probably do first as soon as I'm done in here. I've got a Vinted parcel to collect and another one to post. I've actually been active on Vinted again, and I need to because I've got a lot of stuff to get rid of. So I'm going to do all that. Obviously, I'll do it on the dog walk just to make my life easier. And then I can come back, make some dinner, and just chill out for a bit. And then, yeah, podcast, all good. Yeah, I'm really excited for this podcast. I think it's going to be good. And bench felt okay towards the end. My set of 5 at 95 felt really good, like really, really comfortable. I would say it was probably not even an RP7. The target was RP7, but because my top single didn't move very well, I was like, I'll just take it a little bit easier. And then 85 for 5s, super easy. I've got this really bad habit of not taking them seriously because they feel so easy, but I know I need to. So I did try and take them seriously, but I literally had like 30 seconds rest between them. But that's fine. Now we have sumo, and actually on my Tuesday session, I forgot to do my warm-up drills for conventional. And my hip, like glute hamstring issue that I've been having was a lot worse Tuesday. But I don't actually necessarily think it's to do with not doing the warm-up drills. I think it is just from sitting a lot on Tuesday. I had a very long, kind of stressful work day. Well, very stressful work day on Tuesday. I think that probably is what contributed to it more than anything else. So I'm just going to take my time doing my warm-ups today. My hips felt okay. Like I can always feel it. It's hard to really gauge it. Like I can always feel like where it... I don't want to say the pain because it's not like a high pain. It's like a 2 or 3 out of 10. And it just essentially doesn't get more painful. It just kind of gets stiffer and stiffer. But I still have movement in it. It just feels stiff. Like it never impacts my strength or anything. But at the moment, it feels pretty good compared to how it has done. So hoping that sumo won't irritate it any further. I also realised I do not have a load cap on sumo today. So I'm going to load it up and I'll let you guys know what the rough plan is. So plan is to do ascending triples. So first triple RP5, then 6, then 7, and then add 10 kilos and do a single, all tempo to knee. So I don't really know roughly where I'm going to start. I'll probably aim to do like 130-ish for the RP5 set, as long as everything feels good as I'm warming up, and then go from there. Okay, so session ended on a high. Sumo went incredibly well. I planned to do like 7.5 jumps, so 130, 137, 145, and then single at 155, so it was a little bit more than last week, but still like pretty conservative. But my 130 triple felt so comfortable. I was like, let's just take a 10 kilo jump to 140. I can always do smaller jumps after. And then the goal was RP6 for the 140 triple, and it was definitely lower than that. So I was like, let's just go 150 for a triple. The goal was RP7 anyway, so it shouldn't be super easy. I would say it was pretty much bang on the money as well. Like it was really comfortable. And then single at 160. It is definitely, 160 plus is definitely where it's starting to get harder to concentrate on the tempo to knee. But this is by far the best it's been. I think the last 3 blocks I've hit 160 sumo. By far the best it's moved. And I've still not got my belt on, so I think 150 plus I'm going to start need to wear my belt, and I want to start getting used to bracing into my belt for sumo, providing we keep it in. I'm very excited to get my next block from him. I don't think there's going to be tons of changes, but I know we're going to start obviously pushing a little bit more towards like prep for British. And I think it's going to be a triples block next block, and then 2 singles blocks into comp, I think is the plan, but obviously I'll talk you guys through it in the next video when that block comes through. So now I'm going to head in, I'm going to take Zuko on a nice long walk. I'll have my post-workout meal after, I think, and then get ready for my podcast and just chill out for the evening after that. But yeah, it's been good. I feel much better than when I started as well. Like when I started, I was pretty low energy, had a little like lingering headache. Obviously, I did say I took some painkillers before the session, but no headache. Energy is up, feeling good. I really want to start doing this session earlier on a Saturday as well, like get in here like 10ish. I say that Zuko has been letting us lay in like multiple weekends in a row, and I don't think I got out of bed until gone 9 today, so that means I probably wouldn't start training at 10. But within the first couple of hours of waking up, I would like to start training on a Saturday now, like get up, walk Zuko, have some breakfast, walk Zuko, have a snack, pre-workout, and then obviously come in and train. Is kind of what I would like my Saturdays to look like, but to do that I need to figure out a better schedule for myself. So that is kind of the plan. Nothing else to really say, I don't think. Yeah, no, I've really enjoyed my first block with a coach. It's been fun not really having to overthink anything, just trusting the process. I do feel like my confidence is my biggest issue right now, like with squats in particular. My biggest issue is I've just not got that ruthless confidence that I used to have under the bar. Like I always used to be, no matter what I load, like no matter what my goal was, I was going to hit it. Like, and I remember people saying to me many times in the past, like, oh, Shan would rather die than fail a squat. And like I very much had that mentality with squats. Like I could just, once I was under the bar, just like switch on and do it. I do think, obviously I've been quite stressed lately, and the state of the world is bothering me a lot, and it's been on my mind a lot this week. And that's definitely not helping. And I think because I'm such a calm lifter and I lift best when I'm calm, it's really hard for me when I'm not feeling overall like good about things to come in and perform. But that's just something I need to work on, obviously, and a skill I need to develop. But yeah, no, all is good. All is good. We're going to have some positive momentum now into British. That's the plan. Body weight is going to be down to mid 86s by the end of next block at the latest. That's what I'm setting myself the goal of. I will not go off the rails when I finish working with Jane. The only thing is as well, it is my birthday next month, and my boyfriend and I are going away for a couple of nights next month as well, like quite close together. So do need to be mindful of that and just not be silly with my eating. I'm going to wrap the video up here. I'm going to go in and yeah, get everything done that I need to. Thank you if you've made it to the end of the video. I really appreciate it, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one.